Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Boomy and today we are watching Korra versus Storm Avatar versus Marvel by Death Battle. Yes, this one was suggested by Josh Blackwell over here. And yeah, as you may know, I still hold Avatar as the best. I mean, at least for me, the best animated show out there. But I honestly cannot say the same for Korra. Maybe it's because of all the teen angst that they put on the show with her character. Yeah, it didn't really work out for me. I mean, the show is great. Don't get me wrong. It is great. I love how they expounded on the Avatar world, most especially the bending. I love what they did with the metal bender police. I think that was so smart. I guess you can put it this way. Everything about the show except Korra was really good, I feel like. But yeah, she is definitely not like the best Avatar for me, at least. I mean, we saw Roku, we saw Kyoshi. Both of them were great. They were so great. But Korra, then again, maybe it's because she's still young and whatnot, but nah, it didn't really work out for me. But yeah, I mean, I still watch the whole show, and like I said, I still think it's great. It's just that I don't think Korra is all that great. But here we have Storm. I forgot what her real name is. Yeah, she's the one from the X-Men, of course, and you probably know that already. They are pitted each other because they're basically like elemental wielders in a way. The most like power that I see Storm is probably using like wind and then like rain and lightning. I rarely get to see her use any other element. I'm not sure if she can even wield fire. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know much about Storm, if you can already tell. I've seen a couple of the animated X-Men shows before. I've seen the movies, but to be honest, it's been so long that I don't really remember what happened in those movies, so I can't really like gauge out how strong she is. But what I do know is that comic book Storm can get pretty wild. So if well, of course, they're going to be putting comic book reference and scaling to this when it comes to Storm. So I'm guessing she's going to be incredibly overpowered, more than Korra, I think. Yeah, my bet for this one will definitely be Storm. I'm sorry, Korra, but it just wasn't working out. I don't even think. Wait, yeah, I don't think she can no, not metal bend, blood bend, even though she is a waterbender and the avatar to boot. So unless if I missed some material saying that she can bloodbend, I really don't think that she's gonna be beating Storm anytime soon. But then again, there is the avatar state. Well, that's also a problem because Korra lost all the avatars. She's literally starting from zero, so I'm not sure if they will be bringing that in or like making that a point, but I guess it should, right? Because Korra ended the show with no other avatars left to help her. So yeah, let's just go ahead and check this out. So remember, if you like my reactions, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. We are trying to get to 1,000 subs this year, so hopefully you guys can help me out with that. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions on what I should check out next. That being said, let's go ahead and watch the video.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by Blue Chew.
Blue Chew is a one-of-a-kind...
Okay, let's skip this. Alright.
Avatar Korra, the master of all four elements.
Storm, the X-Men's goddess of the storms. Weather.
The building blocks of our natural world
Storms
are
weather.
tempestuous and unpredictable.
Which means you gotta be some kind of badass to control them. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Avatar Inc., savior of the world,
Ah,
leader of all
and
nations, destroyer of cabbages. But like all avatars,
Destroyer of
after decades
cabbages.
service, he passed away. Humanity humanity would have to move forward and prepare his next reincarnation to take up his mantle. But who could fill Aang's shoes? Her name was Korra.
Wiz, who is that?
Did you leave the door open again?
Deuces, gents.
Unlike her carefree predecessor, the hot-headed, obstinate Korra was an Avatar prodigy from day one.
I'm the Avatar! You gotta deal with it!
While Aang struggled to accept his role in the world, Korra never wanted to be anything else.
Not only is she an expert hand-to-hand fighter on her own, as a bender, Korra can manipulate the natural world around her through martial arts. And as the Avatar, she is the only living being who can bend all 4 elements at once.
Water, earth, fire, air. Not you.
Straight from the southern water tribe, Korra can control tendrils of water, form massive walls of ice, and generate huge tsunamis.
Aang once raised the sea level to put out these huge fires. Looking at the size of the area and what it'd take to submerge it, he had to move over 35 million metric tons of water.
Yeah,
Since
that was a
Korra
lot.
is a reincarnation of Aang and every past Avatar, she should be just as powerful.
With earthbending, Korra can heave big-ass boulders around, shape and control metal, and even tear apart the ground beneath her enemy's feet. Kinda like when her Avatar ancestor Kyoshi broke up a chunk of a continent,
Avatar
right
Kyoshi.
across a bay, and basically just created a new island, named after herself. Queen shit.
By measuring the size of the island to get its mass and
Queen
the size
shit.
of the bay to get the distance Kyoshi dragged it, displacing this much rock would require an energy over 21 gigatons of TNT.
Okay.
That's almost 15
That's-
times more energy
that's a
than
lot.
the entire world's nuclear arsenal detonating at the same time.
With firebending, Korra can fire blasts of, well, fire, jet into the sky like a rocket, or breathe like a friggin' dragon.
The perfect element to match Korra's hot-headed temper. However, her final element was completely different. Due to its inherently zen, free-flowing nature, Korra struggled at first to master airbending.
But like all good prodigies, she figured it out anyways.
With airbending, Korra can shoot powerful gusts of wind, fly around on tornadoes, and create a cute little air scooter.
She used this element to defeat the bloodbender
Amon.
Amon, who was fast enough to dodge lightning.
He's not the only one. Zuko
Well-
and Iroh have caught and dodged lightning as well.
Well,
Iroh
it's a bit different because I don't think Amon actually dodged lightning. He bloodbended the user to miss, even though it was just slightly adjusted, but still.
even caught one from the sky. The leader of a lightning bolt moves at 60,000 meters per second. Comparing the distance Amon moved relative to the bolt, he must have been moving over 200 times the speed of sound.
But Korra's more than just a badass martial arts superhero. She also acts as the bridge between the mortal and spirit worlds.
Yep.
The spirit world is a separate plane of reality, and Korra is stronger while she's physically there. Her direct connection isn't coincidence. She and every avatar before her are fused with the spirit of light, Rava. Every time the avatar dies and reincarnates, Rava searches out the spirit to bond with their new body, a staple of Hindu and
it's
Buddhist
so dumb.
cosmology. I've done a lot of research into reincarnation, which I'll demonstrate today with Boomstick and this anvil.
Wait, what?
Now, the Avatar is usually reborn into a different nation, but I've set this up so Boomstick will reincarnate into the nearest vessel, this identical clone body.
Hey, Wiz, I feel funny.
Why are you to me?
It's so dumb.
Cut off his leg and everything.
Speaking of messing with your soul, Korra can remove or restore your bending, bring her past lives for advice, and tap into the kick-ass Avatar state.
The Avatar state massively boosts Korra's raw bending power, turning her into effectively a demigod and the de facto most powerful being on the planet.
Yep.
If she wasn't already.
Despite that, Korra's
That
no
is
stranger
true.
to failure. She was severed from her connection to the past avatars and was almost killed.
Okay.
by the Avatar state,
Okay.
which would have ended her.
That's good. They at least mentioned that, so while she can still use the avatar state to boost her powers, she can't pull from all the skills and experience from all past avatars.
Her cycle of reincarnation entirely.
That last brush with death left her physically and emotionally crippled for years. Even after physical therapy, her fiery spirit struggled to reignite.
Korra's entire identity was wrapped up in being the Avatar, all the way from day one.
And the biggest trials she had to face were when her place in the world was challenged. Would everyone be better off without an avatar, or bending at all?
But Korra's not nothing if not one hell of a fighter. No matter what life threw at her, she always got back up to kick ass.
Korra once blocked an energy blast from a giant spirit cannon, which created this massive crater in the center of Republic City, and almost killed everyone.
Taking a look at the width and depth of this crater, and assuming it was all vaporized, Korra must have held back a blast worth almost 6 megatons of TNT.
Okay, that's still a lot.
During harmonic convergence, Korra tapped into enough spirit energy to turn into a giant kaiju and battle the dark avatar Unalaq for the fate of the world.
Wiz, I told you, we don't talk about season 2. Okay, one was cool.
Yeah, one was definitely cool.
Fascist empires, Korra proved herself as an avatar worthy of her forebearers.
With her teammates Mako and Bolin, teachers like Tenzin and Toph, and badass girlfriend Asami by her side, there was nothing she couldn't do.
Queen shit?
Queen shit.
That's a different kind of queen.
Chump.
Alright, let's see what Storm can do.
Boomstick. Do you know what happens to a person who's struck by lightning?
The same thing that happens to everything else?
You got it.
Do you know what happens to white-haired mutants whose parents are killed by a plane crash? They become badass weather witches.
After Aurora Monroe's parents were...
Wait, wasn't she, like... Didn't she become the queen of, What's the land's name? The one with all the tech. Wakanda? I distinctly remember that I saw a comic panel somewhere that she and Black Panther were married. Unless if I got it wrong, I'm not sure.
That, she was forced to fend for herself on the streets of Cairo, under the tutelage of Ahmed El-Jabbar.
The life of a street rat wasn't doing it for Ororo, so she took off across the Sahara in search of a real home.
And that's when she began to master her mutant powers. In the same way that Homo sapiens, humans, evolved from earlier hominids like Homo erectus. Go ahead. Homo superior, or mutants, are an offshoot of regular humans. They possess the X gene on their 23rd chromosome that effectively grants them superpowers.
But it's a lottery. You could end up like old Beak here.
Or you could end up like Ororo and possess complete control over the weather itself, while being super hot, unlike Beak.
No.
For all she knew, she was a goddess sent straight
So
from heaven.
dumb.
And that's exactly what the local tribes thought when she arrived in her ancestral Kenyan homeland.
Ororo's mutant gene allows her to psionically manipulate the atmosphere, capable of summoning a hurricane with less than a conscious thought.
When she does feel like using conscious thoughts, something Wiz tells me I struggle with, Ororo can create storms that cover the entire Earth.
Her weather
Ooh.
manipulation isn't just powerful, but precise. She can
Yeah.
call upon massive tidal waves, conceal herself in fog, and even generate localized blizzards cold enough to freeze lava.
She can summon bolts of lightning, even ones that are continents away.
Hey guys, I'm so sorry to interrupt your action. I just want to let you know that if you're enjoying what you're watching, I would like to ask you to please leave a like, leave a comment down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. We are trying to get to 1,000 subs by the end of the year, and we are 1/4 of the way there, so hopefully you guys can help me out on that. And that's it. Back to the reaction.
Or generate electricity inside your brain. And she once zapped
Oh.
Cyclops with enough lightning to restart an artificial sun called the Ring of Fire, a name that reminds me of the morning after Taco Tuesday.
Encircling the planet Polemarchus, the Ring of Fire provided all the same energy as a regular star.
But her favorite element is probably wind. With it,
Yeah.
she can blow people away with tornadoes, suck the air out of a person's lungs, and generate enough lift to fly. She once flew fast enough to reach the edge of Earth's atmosphere from ground level in just a few seconds.
By measuring the angle and size of the Earth to get the distance and estimating a time frame of about 5 seconds, Ororo had to have flown at 4,000 times the speed of sound. She can even manipulate solar winds to fly through space. Unlike winds on
What?
Earth, which are just the movement of air molecules through the
Okay,
atmosphere,
I'll let that
solar
go.
winds are streams of charged particles, mostly electrons and protons, ejected from the sun.
Almost as crazy as how she can breathe in the vacuum of space. She creates a mini atmosphere around herself by gathering, stray hydrogen atoms. Atoms, those are like really small last time I checked. Are these writers just giving her whatever powers they want now? How is that
Basically, yeah.
Aurora's abilities apply to any atmospheric conditions, whether they be in outer space or alternate dimensions. Essentially, anything even remotely considered weather.
Man, I wish I had crazy writers giving me random superpowers just because it's funny. That'd be awesome. Well, anyways, I'm gonna go use my rocket hands I've always had to get my beer out the fridge. Away!
Perhaps
that's a good one.
ability, though, is to sense changes in the weather with a pseudo sixth sense. Aurora literally sees atmospheric patterns and energy as colors, with the world as her canvas.
She's so good with it, she could track a jet flying over New York while she was fighting the Shadow King in Wakanda. That's on the other side of the planet. Yeah, no wonder everyone thought she was a goddess. She is.
Aurora enjoyed all the worship and admiration until the day she was contacted by an American, Charles Xavier, with an interesting proposal.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Join the X-Men. Oh, pretty please. They were eaten by this living eyelid. It's a long story, but we're short-staffed.
Xavier founded the X-Men as a team of mutant superheroes that would attempt to mend race relations between Homo sapien and Superior through non-violent means.
Because what better way to teach kids in the 60s about the civil rights movement than with a bunch of good-looking lily-white teenagers with superpowers from upstate New York?
Feeling she'd spent enough time blessing the lands down in Africa, Aurora agreed and was assigned the code name Storm.
And
That
she's
was
more than
dumb.
on the spot. She's proven herself worthy to wield Mjolnir, led a war against the Inhumans, and even survived a blast from her own lightning.
This is impressive considering her lightning is powerful enough to match Polaris, who once used her powers to punch through Earth's crust all the way to the planet's core. Assuming she pulverized the cylinder of Earth all the way down, she had to have exerted over 15 teratons of TNT.
Oh, yep.
Once beat
Definitely
up
bigger than
Callisto in
Korra.
combat, and Callisto has apparently mastered every single martial art known to man.
Despite her unbelievable power, Storm has trained extensively in hand-to-hand combat. You get it? It also probably didn't hurt that she's fast enough to dodge literal beams of light. Oh, but did you get it though?
Nope. And after kicking Callisto's ass, she became the queen of these sewer-dwelling mutants called the Morlocks. She really just couldn't escape being worshipped, could she? Even by grody underground monster people.
Queen
She
shit.
married the Black Panther T'Challa and became Queen of Wakanda.
Yeah, there it is.
She really runs the gamut.
But even demigods have their Achilles heels. That plane crash from her childhood left her crushed under rubble for days, giving her a bad case of claustrophobia that rears its ugly head every once in a while.
But that's not enough to stop this queen. After the departure of Scott Summers, Storm became the leader of the X-Men, because of course she did.
And when Geordie LaForge eventually came crawling back, the two fought over who would lead the team.
Despite Scott literally being able to shoot death lasers from his eyes, Storm kicked his ass. And even better, she didn't even have her powers at the time.
As it should be, because there's no one more devoted to her team than Storm is. She may be an Omega-level mutant, but her greatest superpower is her bottomless compassion.
Mess with her team and you'll watch as Aurora's heart of gold quickly turns to ice, as she quite literally steals your breath away.
I mean, Korra can do that as well.
It's time you remembered.
Probably won't, but
Storm.
okay.
Alright.
Alright, for this one, yeah, I'm not changing my earlier bet there. I'm gonna go with Storm, simply because she has way more feats than Korra ever has, and they can probably pull some more if they needed to. So, yeah, I'm gonna go with Storm in this one.
The combatants are set and we've run the data through all possibilities.
But first, if you're dealing with the emotional weight of leading the X-Men or maintaining the balance of the elements, or, you know, normal stuff because it's 2021 and everything's on fire, check out BetterHelp.
Alright, let's get BetterHelp.
Everything are
Alright, here we go. Okay, so the spirit portals are open now. Is this in season 2 or is this after that? Well, they are in the North Pole, I think. So yeah, I'm guessing she no longer has the past avatars to help her out on this one.
I'm so bored.
What?
Your powers are impressive, but you lack discipline.
I'm the Avatar, master of all elements. You want to see for yourself?
Of course, Avatar.
All
I'll
right.
show you what an X-Men can do.
Alright, but so far still so clean. Ooh, that was good.
Water, lightning, and airbending? Starting to feel a little less special here.
Yeah. Ooh, wait, weren't there people in that? Oh, here we go. She's gonna get a big boost in here. Wait, this is the well, Pit of Lost Souls, I think.
Where am I?
I forgot what this is called.
Answer me! Gotta get out. Gotta get out. Scott, Jean, Logan, I won't let you down.
Ah, there we go. Friends and family flashback.
I'll never be saved.
Ah, they even brought the cabbage guy here.
You're no bender.
Here we go. Oh, used firebending to boost the punch. Wait, is Korra really gonna win this? Nah. Nah. That can't be. Yes, let's go, Storm. She shouldn't have left there. Oh, she's pulling out Rava now. Storm should be fine.
You are spirit of storms.
Yeah. Korra doesn't know how to redirect lightning. Or can she? Dead. Yep. Damn, point blank?
You fought nobly, Avatar.
Yeah. I thought so. I thought that Storm was gonna win, but wow, it's been so long since I last watched Avatar. Well, The Legend of Korra. I forgot that she knows how to redirect lightning.
I think I just queen shit myself. This fight wasn't totally straightforward. Korra can dominate most fighters pretty easy with her raw bending power and martial arts skills, especially with the Avatar state. Not even some of the best benders on the planet like Zahir and Kuvira could stand up to her at her best.
However, despite Korra's awesome Avatar powers, she found herself outmatched by Storm's skill,
Yeah.
precision, and overwhelming force. For instance, Storm's massively hypersonic flight and ability to sense and control weather across the planet meant she could always fight safely from a distance.
Korra's trained in martial arts from birth, but even if she did manage to get in close and fight hand to hand, Storm's experience with the X-Men and defeating Callisto meant she could keep up.
While Korra may have fought people who can dodge lightning, Storm can dodge literal beams of light. Even just using her flight speed exiting the atmosphere, she'd still be nearly 20 times faster than Korra.
Korra
Yeah.
did have access to elements like fire and earth that Storm didn't. If she somehow found out about Storm's claustrophobia, she could theoretically trap her in some rocks to exploit it.
But Storm would be more than powerful enough to just break out. Her lightning was strong enough to match Polaris, who punched a hole in the earth all the way down to its core.
Yeah, ultimately, Storm was just way more powerful. Remember that planet-sized storm she created? Well, I know clouds are lighter than air, but those are a shit ton of clouds and need a lot of work to move around.
By measuring their volume and the speed at which they moved, The energy storm needed for this would be
500
500
exatons?
exatons of TNT, about 250
Shit.
times more powerful than what Korra could output.
And considering this is the same woman who was powerful enough to reignite an artificial star, results like that aren't outliers.
Even taking the fight to the spirit world wouldn't have helped, considering Storm has manipulated alien weather from outer space and alternate dimensions. She'd have no problem adapting there. And considering Storm's powers are genetic in nature, not spiritual, Korra would not be able to depower her with energy bending.
And
Yeah,
rather
that's
than
true.
counting the ways Storm could have ended the fight
I was-
right off the bat.
I was actually thinking about that if Korra could use energy bending to remove her abilities, but no, since it's not spiritual.
Like sucking the air right out of Korra's lungs or generating a lightning storm in her brain.
Korra was a tenacious, unrelenting opponent, but Storm's massive range, precise control, deadly skill, and unbelievable power won her this fight.
Don't get bent out of shape. Korra just couldn't weather the storm.
that was
Is Storm.
that was a good one. That was a good ending pun. Yeah, just as I thought, Korra didn't. Well, Korra stood a chance, but then again, not really, because there are a lot more feats that you can bring out for Storm, but Korra, since it's a very limited run, I'm not keeping up with all the Avatar news, but I don't think there were any follow-up material to Legend of Korra, right? If there was, do let me know. I'd like to watch, well, not watch it. As far as I know, there's no animated version yet. There is something coming out on Netflix, I believe, the live-action one, but that is still ways away. Regardless, though, no, not Sue Storm. Sue Storm is from Fantastic Four. I forgot what her name is. Storm from the X-Men won this one, and my win streak is still alive. So that's gonna be it for me today, guys. Link to my Twitter is down in the description below. Go and check it out if you want to, and if you're new here and enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like. Let me know your thoughts on the video down in the comment section below, and consider subscribing. Again, we are trying to get to 1,000 subs this year, so hopefully you guys can help me out with that. Also, don't forget to leave your suggestions of what I should check out next. That being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!